In this video, I'm going to go over in real time how to find leads for your business and the exact process that you can follow along with. This is a follow-on from last week's video where I went over the theory, and in this video I'm going to share with you a few tools that I love to be able to find leads and potential prospects for your funnel business. So if you're looking to generate new leads for your business and you want to create a hit list of businesses that you want to go after, I'm going to show you how I do it in real time just using my screen capture. Hey there funnel builders, Mike Killen here from Sell Your Service. If you are a funnel builder, go ahead and click subscribe because I produce new videos like this every single week, helping funnel builders like you sell more marketing funnels. The problem is that no one is searching for marketing strategy consultant, right? No one's waking up in the middle of the night sweating thinking, oh my God, I need a marketing strategy consultant. No one's looking for funnel builders. No one's searching for that kind of stuff, or at least a very small portion of people are. But what we want to do is begin to take the control back into our hands and actually find marketing funnel potential customers and prospects and leads using the strategy and the tactics that I'm going to outline with you here. The classic mistake that a lot of funnel businesses make is they try to find leads who are interested in marketing strategy. So what I mean by that is they'll put adverts and like copy and marketing and sales strategy and stuff out there saying, hey, if you're looking for marketing strategy, you should talk to us. And that's completely the wrong fucking way around. As I mentioned, no one is out there waking up in a cold sweat saying, I need to find a marketing strategist. What people are looking for is solutions to their problems. So what I want to do is take like a fake business that we're just going to make up now. We're going to have a bit of a niche, not a particularly strong niche, and we're going to see if we can start to generate at least a couple of people who could go on our hit list, like I talked about last week, that we could then potentially reach out to and work with later. I've got a 3-step plan for how I generate leads on automation with 0 ads, 0 niche, 0 portfolio. You can find it at go.sellyourservice.co.uk/leads, or use the link in the description down below. And what you can do is just get my free 3-step plan for how I generate leads on autopilot. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to create at least the start of a hit list for finding new leads for your business using basically our internet browser. So I'm going to open up a Google Doc here. I'm just going to type agency hit list, and what I'm going to look for is leads, either name and contact. I'm also going to put in community, and I am going to put in interests slash, actually that's research, and these are going to be, I'm going to make this a title. Now, chances are we're probably not going to be able to come away with actual contact information purely because of the time. However, we are going to be able to start creating a hit list of people that we want to reach out to, and that's the start of this process. This is I think where people struggle, because I think if we create a hit list, it's much easier for you to then think, well, how am I going to get their contact information? So if we followed the board, the first thing we actually need is a niche. I've always said that a niche is a problem solved or a result gotten for a specific group of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to use one of the examples from my free 49 niche examples. So I'm going to say this one here: CEOs who spend too much time at the office and want to spend more time at home. Am I even allowed to highlight my own copy here? How's this going to work? CEOs who spend too much time at the office and not enough. This now means that what we're looking for is people who are CEOs. They're the chief executive officer of a business. They might not necessarily be the founder or the owner, but they could be sometimes. So what we want to try and get is, let's just see if we can find 3 or 4 CEOs who we think might have this problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head over to agent.growthtools.com. This is an event search tool from Brian Harris. I really like this tool. I'm actually going to set it to international because national is US and there are other countries outside of the US. Sorry to let you know that. And the first thing I'm going to do is select business owners and click apply. And what we found here is a handful of businesses that go up to February 2022. So what I'm going to first do is check out Marine Maintenance World Expo. Interesting. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at Growth and Success Con. Let's have a look at Beauty Professional Indonesia. Maybe not. Smart Workspace Design Summit. Let's check that out. Some of these might not work. Unauthorized, error, page not found. That's great. Growth Success Con. Let's have a look. And this is why it's a research process. This is why this is a process that is not, let me move myself over here, that is not like instantaneous. You have to be willing to put in the time and the effort. You can see we're already hitting roadblocks. Fine. That's part of the process. That's part of the journey. So Growth and Success Con Virtual Summit. This looks like a good place to start. MaintenanceWorldExpo.com. MarineMaintenanceWorldExpo.com. Now, a lot of these events, of course, will actually have been shut down because of COVID. However, that doesn't mean that we can't still get some information from it. Here we go. Marine Maintenance World Expo and Conference 2019. So that's fine. Regret we've cancelled it. Yeah, that's fine. First of all, we've got a couple of here. Couple of other things here and contact details. So now I've got the information for this particular expo, and that is in the UK, it looks like. I can also meet the team. Here we go. Tony Robinson, CEO and company founder. It's even got his... Now, first of all, like I said, this is just a CEO of this particular company for the UKI media and events. He might not be our ideal customer. However, I'm going to put it, anyone in the UK will also know of another very famous Tony Robinson. I'm presuming it's not him. What we're also able to have a look for here, and this is another little thing that I like to do, is email the actual company themselves. So I've just done a bit more digging in the middle of emailing people. I can see that they've got another event happening June 22nd, 23rd and 24th of 2021. Here's one of the things I like to do. So I like to take a look at sponsors and exhibitors. This here is basically giving me, now if I'm not looking specifically in the marine industry, I'm just looking for CEOs, right? This has basically given me a list of businesses who are sponsoring it or exhibiting. So they're a really good place to start. We can also, however, find somewhere the speaking events. So I'm actually going to email, I'm going to cancel that other email. And I'm going to send this guy Samuel an email saying, hey, I was wondering if you had like a speaker list. Autonomous Ship Technology Symposium. But like I said, check that out. There's an entire event just dedicated to robot ships. An event, a 3-day event to just robot ships. You are probably not exploiting ships enough. Regarding the Autonomous Ship Symposium, I love symposium. So I've sent that email off to Samuel. If that comes back, that's basically going to give me a list of speakers and topics. It's also going to give me a list of companies and influencers and people in that space who other people look up to. And it might even potentially come back with a couple of leads. So we want to make sure that we're still focused on our niche, which is CEOs who spend too much time at the office and not enough time at home. So I want to play around with this bit a little bit. But what I'm actually going to do is have a look at the sponsors, because what this is giving me is a list of businesses that have enough money to sponsor other people. So they've obviously got a relatively decent amount of money. Some of them have even got, here we go, Greg Menzies is their president. And while president might not be CEO, they might be close enough. So Greg Menzies of Current Core. So he can go on. This is why this research phase is so important and not enough people do it. They've got a Facebook page, Twitter page, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, based in the US, closed, fair enough. Okay. Our team. So that's basically the team. You can find specific dates and booth numbers on our website as well. Link in bio. This is why research is so important. No, it'll be there then, that's fine. More importantly, LinkedIn. All right, 26 employees on LinkedIn. So what we can now do is current scientific corporation people. Greg Menzies, here we go. Now I know what he looks like, and I've got a bunch of other information about it. Greg, if you're watching this, I'm not going to be stalking you. I'm just using you as an example. And I've got a couple of pieces of information here. First of all, I would try reaching out to them and saying, hey, I was wondering if I could get Greg's email address, just being really bold. But if I send an email to them and it comes back with an email, that's going to give me an indication of what their email structure is. It might be like G Menzies, or might just be Greg. It might be Greg M at Current Core, whatever. So I'm just beginning to build up this information. I've also got things about their community. Got their YouTube channel here. They've only been posting a little bit and over like a few years, but that's fine. I don't care about that. And if I go back to that, check out Greg. Entrepreneur, president and CEO, VP manager. This is someone that I would want to have a conversation with. And now I can see his interests. L3 Technologies. Yep, that makes sense. Raytheon, I don't know them. Canadian Coast Guard. Trinity Western University, interesting. Damon Ferretti Group. New York's 31,000 employees worldwide. Advanced Laser Defense Systems. So, L3 Technologies are a pretty big player. In fact, I believe, yeah, that, why isn't my connection? Do none of these guys have fucking SSL certificates or something? So yeah, they work in the UK. They work all over the place. That's cool. This is all information that I'm wanting to build up. And you just do this. And what we've been doing this for 10 minutes, do this over and over and over and over. And you will create a hit list of companies. The other little tool that I want to talk about is Audiencer, whereby Audiencer basically allows us to look for interests on Facebook. Now, a lot of people say my industry isn't on Facebook. Until you've tried it, until you've done it, you don't know that. Chances are they are. Their business might not be. I can't imagine that L3 is a $10 billion a year defense contractor is on there. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe we could find them. But chances are that they are on Facebook. Hilarious. That's really good information, by the way. What Facebook also means is that the individual, the person, the human beings on Facebook. And while they might not do business on Facebook, you can still reach them on Facebook through those media. So what I like to do is go on Audiencer, and I'm going to type new audience over here on the right. Audience name, CEOs, business owners, CEO. There we go, business owner. That's a good sign if audience got it. Owners. We'll just do that, save and continue. What Audiencer is then going to give me is basically a ton of interests that I could target on Facebook. So here's an interesting one, used car. And if I had to jump to a conclusion, there's a couple here I want to jump to a conclusion about. If you're a business owner, a business founder, and a CEO, and you're within that very broad niche, if I targeted people who showed an interest in used cars and said an advert saying something like, do you spend too much time at the office and not enough time at home, then you need to check out our 10x productivity report. That's a pretty good way to get started. Another one here, LASIK Plus, so that's for laser eye surgery. It's not expensive, but it's also not cheap. And chances are, if you're a founder and a CEO of a business and you've got a fair amount of money and you want to spend money on something, why not spend it on laser eye surgery? So I would target, even though I'm offering something completely different, I'm basically saying, in the same way that golf magazines advertise watches because they understand that people who play golf like to buy nice watches, it's not only laser eye surgery products being sold to people who are interested in LASIK Plus. It's me saying, I know that as a business owner, you are probably going to get laser eye surgery at some point. But that means you're a business owner. So why don't I go ahead and help you create more productivity if you feel you're spending too much time at the office? Yes, I'm targeting LASIK Plus. You as a business owner don't need to know that. You as the lead don't need to know that. I'm just putting this out in front of you. Nursing home care, interesting. So there's a lot here. These are just a ton of, look at all these interests we could start targeting. We can even have a look and basically say, what does Facebook suggest? No, that's fine, that's fine. Search interests, let's find defence, spelled defence wrong. There we go. Ministry of Defence Housing Authority, Australian Defence Force, self-defence, civil defence, Israeli defence, tower defence, Edward Snowden, self-defence, United States, South Park, let's go tower defence play. There's a lot of stuff even within here, just using, and we know that L3 is a defence company. So therefore, if someone's interested in something like that, on audience on Facebook, are they likely to be a CEO? Maybe. Let's test it. So you've got all of these tools available for you to be able to find potential leads for your business. Guys, I know that was a bit of a whirlwind, but I hope that helped. Remember, if you do want an actual 3-step plan to how I generate leads on automation, just head to go.sellyourservice.co.uk/leads or use the link down below and you can go ahead and download that. And it's basically the plan that I use to generate leads with zero niche, zero advertising, zero portfolio, and you can go ahead and download that below. In the meantime, if you're a funnel builder, go ahead and click subscribe as well, because I produce new videos like this every Tuesday. And if this video was useful, give me a thumbs up and a like, hit the little bell notification icon. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these tools you quite like. If you know someone, if you want to work with CEOs or whatever, tell us in the comments. The most important point we hopefully have learned from this is you need to tell people who you want to work with. I've actually got another video here if you want to learn more about how to find leads for your funnel business. That's last week's video if you didn't check it out. In it, I go over the 4 different parts or the 5 different parts that you need to generate leads for your business. So you can go ahead and check that out, and I will show you how to find leads for your funnel business. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have courage, commit, and